Good afternoon, students. In last class, I have given you maximum idea regarding the chapter Ranga's marriage. So, let us move forward. Today, I will teach you one new lesson that is from Hornbill book, and the poetry I am going to teach you is Childhood, written by Marcus Nutton. See, first you have to remember the name of the poet, Marcus Nutton. Regarding childhood, how I would love to start. It's very common, students, that we love that phase that is not in our hand. It's human tendency to learn that phase of life, that thing in life that is not in our hand. If you are blessed with a car, you are not happy with that, you demand something else. If you are blessed with a house, you are not at all happy with that, you want to roam in mountains. So it is human tendency that basically humans are not happy with the things that they are having. Anyways, let us discuss the phase of life. The most golden era, or you can say the beautiful phase of life, is childhood. No doubt on that. But if you'll ask a child that yes, tell me what is your dream, so he or she always wants to bully other, means he or she doesn't want to remain child anymore. They behave like grown up matures. You can see these days 2 or 3 years old students performing TikTok as if that they are very big. They are not enjoying their childhood, not at all. And sometimes we see that someone has attained the age of 18 but still his behavior is childish. So we actually don't love the phase in which we are. Rather, we always complain for the phase that yes, this is the phase I want to grow up very fast. I feel pity for those children, especially who work ruthlessly, who work very hard and post their videos and any kind of audio clip or whatever in WhatsApp or TikTok and any other form. Why so? The point is this, because they are doing at the cost of their childhood. They are doing this at the cost of their childhood and they are not realizing. Once when their childhood would have been gone, they would seriously only regret that yes, we would have done something else. So let us start Childhood by Marcus Nutton. When did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? And therefore could not be, was that the day? When did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? Where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. So, the best way to approach to a poetry is to read the poetry twice or thrice. Definitely, when you will read the poetry twice or thrice, you'll get some idea that what the entire poetry is about. And if not some idea, at least little bit. So here you will see that the entire poetry is 3 times. When did my childhood go? Was it the day? Again, when did my childhood go? Was it the time? When did my childhood go? Was it when? So 3 times, thrice the author has questioned that when did my childhood go? And in last, 4th time, He actually inquired, where did my childhood go? I'm clearly mentioning this because it came in a question that what is different in this poem from other stanzas. So, continuously, consecutively for 3 times, he is asking that when did my childhood go, when did my childhood go, when did my childhood go. But fourth time, the last time, instead of asking when did my childhood go, he is inquiring regarding where did my childhood go. So the simple answer would be that everywhere he has used the word question word when, and in the last he has used the question word where. So this is the difference. In last paragraph, for the last time he has used the word where. Where did my childhood go? So I am clearing this because I have seen this as a question. Let us start the poem. When did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? So it's very simple phenomena that generally we consider those students as child who are below teenage. Actually, teenage is good from 13, but still 13 not because in 13 we have teen. The teenage actually starts from 13, but still when a child actually attains a age of double digit number, we people generally don't compare them or say them that they are child anymore. It is our perception. Now we people behave, we always taunt, now you are grown up, you must behave like this. The child is confused. What was the time? Will you please tell me the moment when I grew up? But it was good for students when it was written the poem that yes, at least they have the capability to retain their childhood for 10 years. But nowadays, what happened? When you will go to KG classes, 3 years old students, they'll behave so maturely, they would talk to you in so good manner, and they are so well versed with language and other things with gadgets. Sometimes it is hard to believe that they are child anymore. But one thing is missing, children. Remember, their innocence is missing because they are using a lot of gadgets. Now they are in the cat race, the same rat race, cat race, whatever you can call, the same cat race, rat race where everyone is running after 25. Nowadays, what has happened because of these electronic gadgets and other videos platform, even small child, instead of stepping out properly from his house, they are in a rat race to gain maximum likes and dislikes. We all like that, those videos, we appreciate that. Okay, I appreciate that that child has something unique in him or her. But the point is this, that he is getting that likes and dislike at the cost of childhood. Why at the cost of childhood? Because since 3, I used to see a video of a girl. If since 3 you have a habit, you have a strong habit to give your videos, your son or daughter's videos, your relatives' videos on TikTok, then definitely in the entire focus of that child would be to gain maximum popularity. So he will learn the tactics, the innocence, the naturality with which we used to do things. That would be no more. We may say that yes, but वो natural चीज़ें ख़त्म हो जाएंगी, and that would be very depressing. So in this book, the writer is asking that when did my childhood go? Was it the day when I ceased to be 11? We are happy that at least they have retained their childhood since 11. But nowadays, it is very hard to consider a child who is 5 years old and who is loaded with lots of gadgets, and he is no more innocent. And the most interesting and amazing part is this, that parents feel proud on this. Yes, my son knows how to handle this gadget. It's okay, it's very good. This is the era of computer. Your son or daughter must know. But you must check whether what he is doing is good or not. He is playing outside or not. I agree that Corona is there, but still, whether he is doing some motor skill, physical work or not, or simply sitting in front of the TV or camera or mobile phone and playing with gadgets and games, and you know, when do we regard something? When do we respect something? When something is out of reach from us. When something is out of reach from us, we generally regard that thing. But nowadays, entire galaxy, universe is near to you. How come? At the touch of a fingerprint. So you will not have that much craze for books and knowledge because it is available to you. It is running side by side to you. But जब अगर कुछ ऐसा होता है कि दिस ये आंसर सिर्फ आपको उसी बुक में मिलेगा, तो यू वुड हैव गॉन टू लाइब्रेरी, एटलीस्ट यू हैव सर्च फॉर दैट, बिकॉज वो किसी के पास होता, बहुत प्रेशियस होता. बट नाउ डेज आप किसी को कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता, बिकॉज informations, I'm not saying knowledge, please, information is available to you at your finger touch, and having a lot of information is very bad for health. So when did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? He is asking that it was the day when I became 11, or was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? Earlier आपकी मम्मी और आपके parents, whenever they used to uh, scold you, they say कि don't go outside, if you'll do wrong you'll go to hell, if you'll do good you'll go to heaven, and in hell people will behave like this with you, in heaven they'll behave like this with you, so on. So what happened, we have a faith that no, I must not lie. If I'll lie, then I'll go to hell. If I'll say truth, I'll go to heaven. But later on we realize that maybe hell or heaven are there, but they are not located in geography. But for an innocent child, hell and heaven are placed in geography only. So he is asking that when did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Or was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography? It means here what has happened, it means that here intellect, rationality, the idea to question, it has developed. Now the child has become more rational. He is not asking that yes, he is not afraid of hell and heaven anymore, because he is very rational. He knows that in the north there is Finland, in the south there is Australia, west Mexico, Canada, and in east Japan. He is completely aware of the fact that hell and heaven are not real part, or that is not found in geography. So his mind has become rational. All those things, answers that he is giving us, it seems that he has become rational. Means the first thing that will make you realize that he or she is no more a child is when he or she will think rationally. Rationally मतलब तर्क के साथ जब सोचना शुरू कर दे. And therefore could not be, was that the day. Now second, when did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? Now see children, what happened whenever you open any kind of channel, especially those channels where Baba used to preach. I'm not condemning anyone, but still, what happened? They talk so serenely regarding we should we should give ourselves to at the service of God. We should not run after money. But the reality is this, that if you will not pay them properly, they are not going to preach you even. अगर आप उनको प्रॉपर पैसा नहीं दोगे तो आप चंदा इकट्ठा करके उनके लिए नहीं कुछ करोगे, इफ विल नॉट गिव देम प्रॉपर चढ़ावा और प्रॉपर स्टेज, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू प्रीच यू. बट व्हेन यू विल प्रोवाइड हिम प्रॉपर एसी स्टेज एंड अदर थिंग्स, देन दे विल प्रीच यू. Men should not go after money, they should not run after money. It means that people are hypocrites. Hypocrite means they say something, they do something. There is no parallel or no talmel, you can say, in between what they say and what they do. So he's asking, was that the day, means when I realized that adults are very hypocrites. They say, but they did not act so lovingly. Everyone says na, that love is very good, we must live so happily, joint family is very good, joint family gives a lot of information and culture and respect to son or daughter, but when it comes for them to act accordingly, they never do. They never do. Have you ever seen any very rare cases? They will say that yes, we all live in joint family, villages are very good, but still people are running towards urban areas. They used to say that yes, the water and the air of village are very good. It's okay. If you think so, then why you are living in urban areas? Then they'll say, oh, only because of money. Means what they say and what they do has a bridge, has a gap in between them. It means that people are hypocrites. Hypocrisy किसे कहते हैं, जो करता कुछ और है और कहता कुछ और है. So he is asking that when did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? So it's common that people say of love a lot, but जैसे ही थोड़ा सा बात होगा तो वो अपना war एकदम perception दिखा देंगे. We all talk of love, but we never act so lovingly. Our ego and our other things never let us act so lovingly. We all preach very good things. I think that children learn a lot from the behavior of their parents. If you'll preach a child, you must not say lie, you must do like this, do like this. So I think it will be a burden for the child to remember all those pros and cons that yes, my father asked me to do. Instead of that, if since childhood, if a parent will act accordingly, then children will learn automatically. So they say something, they do something. The point is this: I saw a small boy whose father used to means always used to use a lot of slangs, and when coming to or dropping him at school, he is asking his son, do not use slangs. Now if you are using slangs